With Allah's rights, Allah is merciful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very merciful. He forgives. He gives you exemption. It's different with the rights of Muslims. So if it means under ikra, under torture or being killed, one, his heart is full of iman, he can say the words of kufr to avoid that punishment, the unbearable punishment. It's from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes it an exemption to His rights, but not to the rights of Muslims. As in Ammar's case, he told Quraysh some words under duress and torture. That's Allah's rights. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives. They lash you so bad, or they cut your flesh with knives, as we've seen on clips from Syria, and you say Bashar is Allah wal-iyadhu billah, or whatever they want you to say, you can't take it no more, you say it. It's better to be patient and not say it, but if you do, you're exempted. But let's say they have someone in prison and they tell them to do fornication with another Muslim. I used to remember decades ago when I used to listen to Kishk rahimahullah and his old tapes and talk about prison conditions in Egypt back in the 60s. He said there were circumstances when they would tell a man to have a relationship, a prisoner with another prisoner. Even if they shred you piece by piece, you cannot do that. Why? وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. No bearer of burdens shall bear the burden of another. And also, لَا ضَرَرَ وَلَا ضِرَارَ. In Sunan Ibn Majah, لَا ضَرَرَ وَلَا ضِرَارَ. There should be no harming and no reciprocating in harm. No harming and no reciprocating harm. What's common today, someone goes to prison, for example, all over the world, and they really want someone for another reason, someone else, for example, maybe someone who's speaking the truth on matters. The other person, they got no evidence that he did anything wrong in their supposed legal system. So they go to people around him, to a surrounding Muslim community. They threaten them with prison, or they harass them, keep visiting them, or sometimes they take them to prison for some petty ticket or bogus claims. Then they threaten them with big sentences, or sometimes they just merely imply threats. Then at the end they say, well, if you testify against Sheikh so-and-so or another individual, we'll reduce your sentence from 20 years to 5 years. Or we'll let you go home right now. Or we'll drop the immigration charges on you. And we'll let you stay in this country, we'll give you citizenship. I can name many worldwide who are like this. And many who are oppressed worldwide who are in prison because of this. They testify falsely to save themselves and put other Muslims in prison. You can't do that Islamically, no matter how bad the torture is. Once it comes to harming a Muslim, the limits of ikra stop. With Allah's rights, He gives you leverage. He forgives you. He doesn't hold you accountable. With Muslims, even if you're tortured or killed, to rape a Muslim, to testify falsely, to say something, they give you the choice between that, the torture, and killing a Muslim. Go home, but you kill a Muslim, or you harm a Muslim, you can't. Al-Qurtubi rahimahullah said, أجمع العلماء على أن من أكره على قتل غيره أنه لا يجوز له الإقدام على قتله. Qurtubi rahimahullah said, Isma', one who is compelled to kill another cannot kill him. There's no compelling in this. There's no ikrah in this. ولا انتهاك حرمته بجلد أو غيره. Not only killing, he said there's ijma', you cannot be compelled, there's no ikrah, to transgress on the honor by lashing or anything similar of that nature. Meaning they say, we whip you or you whip the Muslim. No, whip me. There's no choice in that. There's no choice. Kill him or you kill. No, kill me. There's no choice. وَيَصْبِرُ عَلَى الْبَلَاءِ الَّذِي نَزَلَ بِهِ. Al-Qurtubi said he must be patient in this matter. There's no choice in there. ولا يحل له أن يفدي نفسه بغيره. إجماع. He cannot ransom himself for another. ويسأل الله العافية في الدنيا والآخرة. نسأل الله العافية. نسأل الله العافية. At the end of his quote, he said, and you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep you safe from those type of trials. It's ijma'. And you don't have a choice in those matters. When it comes to the rights of a Muslim, it's not a choice of ikrah. Allah's rights, tolerable. Allah exempts you. He won't hold you accountable if it's ikrah. With Muslim rights, there's no choice. There's no ikrah.